Assalamu alaikum. We're looking at the vocabulary skill, and this vocabulary skill is about using context to understand words. So let's say you're reading a paragraph or reading a story, and while you're reading, in the sentences you're reading, you find many words that you don't understand. This is the first time you've seen the words and you're not sure about the meaning of the words. And this is normal. Even when I read normal books, I come across many words that I don't know the meaning of. When that happens to you, you have two options. The first option is you can stop reading and you can go to the dictionary and check the meaning of the word. The problem is, if you do that, it will take you time. It will take you a long time to find the meaning of every word. The second option you have is using context. What is context? Context is when you look at the other words around the word, around the new word. So the ideas or the other words in the sentence around the new word. If you can understand the context, it will give you an idea about what the new word means. It will help you understand the new word without stopping and looking in the dictionary. Let's look at this example sentence that they've given us. A balanced diet usually means eating more fruits, vegetables and grains and consuming fewer foods high in fat, sugar and cholesterol. So this is a new word, consuming, and we're not sure what consuming means, but the sentence, we kind of understand what the sentence means. It is saying to have a balanced diet. If the diet is balanced, it's not heavy on this side and it's not heavy on this side. It balances. So it means eating more fruits and vegetables and grains, and fat, sugar and cholesterol consuming fewer. We know what fewer means. It means less. So eating more, consuming fewer. What does consuming mean? I think consuming is linked to eating. Maybe it has a similar meaning or the same meaning as eating. So a balanced diet usually means eating more fruits and eating fewer foods high in fat, sugar and cholesterol. Yeah, so that makes sense. This is the context. We don't know this word. We look at the ideas or the other words around in the same sentence or in the same paragraph, and we can try and understand or try and figure out what the meaning of this new word is. Let me give you another example. Here is a short paragraph about a man, and in this paragraph we have two new words that we don't know the meaning of. He was once very wealthy. So let's say this is the first word. He was once very wealthy. He owned many businesses and they made him a very rich man. He didn't manage his wealth carefully and spent it unmindfully. Eventually his companies failed and he lost his wealth. So this is the same word again. By the time he died, he was a pauper. So these are the two words that we need to understand. These are the two words, two new words. Can you understand from the context what these two words are, what they mean? What does wealthy mean? He owned many businesses and they made him a rich man. So maybe wealthy is to do with being rich. So from the context, we know that someone who is wealthy is a rich man. His companies failed and he lost his wealth. Okay, when your companies failed, you lose your money, you lose your wealth. So wealth is something to do with being rich and it's something to do with having a lot of money. So from the context, from the paragraph, from the other sentences around or the other words around these words, we understand that the meaning of wealth is money. The meaning of wealthy is someone who is rich. What about this word? By the time he died, he was a pauper. This is a new word. We don't know the meaning of this word. What does it mean from the context? Okay, his companies failed. He lost his wealth. That means he lost his money. He didn't have money. If someone doesn't have money, they are a pauper. Yeah, a poor person. A pauper is a very poor person, someone who doesn't have money. So this is a real example of a paragraph, and in this paragraph we have two new words, and just by reading the paragraph and understanding the other parts of the paragraph, the other sentences around the words, the context, we were able to understand two new words without looking it up in the dictionary. What if you can't understand the meaning of the new word just from the context? In that case, then you do actually need to look it up in the dictionary. You will need to do this. If the sentence doesn't give enough context and you can't quite understand the meaning of the word from context, then in that case you do need to use a dictionary. I hope this video was useful and I hope you learned something. Thank you for watching this video.